The sound you are hearing is Justin banging on his keyboard.
Yeah, I thought that was you with the heavy hands.
Well, you do bang on that keyboard, don't you there, Justin?
I do. Bang, bang, bang away.
Bang, 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 bang. All right, everybody, this is Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Flick.
And I am Justin.
What name did you say, Slick? It sounded like I'm Flicka. Wasn't Flicka a horse?
Gee, why would it make you sound like... What will give you that idea? It has nothing to do with the horse-like drugs I've been taking. Makes me want to get up and gallop already.
How's everybody? We've had some technical issues this morning. And then finally,
Yes.
yeah, it kept dropping out the calls. And finally, I went into Scarlett's room and said, are you already up and playing Xbox? And sure enough, she was streaming, chatting, the whole bit. So I don't know if that would affect... What do you think? Do you think that would affect the Skype?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Break the connection?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Apparently it does. It's been consistent that she's usually guilty when that happens.
Yeah. So anyway, I told her, I said, just a couple of hours. We'll be here for Tech Talk Radio. We'll talk about computers, technology, the internet. Come on in, sit with us. Oh, Daddy, I can't. I haven't showered. That's normal for like 3-4 days. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
tell her don't worry about it.
Everybody got their coffee mugs. Which mug you sporting today there, Justin?
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Oh, going the corporate route, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. How about you, Slick?
I left my Starbucks cup at the shop. There is no coffee in this building.
What?
They're coffee free.
You're kidding me.
No, Jose, at the Casa de Jose, there's no, they don't drink coffee. I mean, I could bring some, I might bring some instant coffee, but I do have my 64 cup, Circle K mug handy at any moment, at any given time. Should it appear?
Oh, dude, I'd be out getting myself a Mr. Coffee and doing that whole bit.
I'm supposed to be getting from one radio friend and one actress friend. They each had some free coffee makers that they were going to donate to me, which I'm still waiting to pick up. So, yeah.
Well, they're closer now because one was going to drive from the other end of town, so that would work good.
Yeah. So but I guess she's been busy with a project as you, so I guess I haven't been able to get that from her.
I was actually supposed to go to an audition today, and
what happened?
I was I was going to go, and it was an audition I got off a casting thing, and it was for the part of a detective that's chasing after a pedophile, and so I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool, I could play a detective, right? And they wanted like hard character faces, the whole bit. And so I got they're called sides, but I got basically the stuff I'd be reading in the audition, and it was this intense scene where I'm trying to get information out of the suspect, right, or this guy that knew where the suspect was, and it's pretty intense. I'm kind of almost like a dark cop, like an evil cop, and I thought this is gonna be fun, and then I was reminded, number one, it was a non-union film that didn't pay. Which, okay, that's all right. I can, I want to get as much experience as I can, so that's fine. But it was in L.A., so I would had to have gone to L.A. for the audition today. What's happening in L.A. today?
Carmageddon.
Yeah.
Oh, weekend long.
Yeah, so I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to pass on it. Even if there's an audition next week, too, I just said, nah.
Now, some of the people that are listening may not know what Carmageddon is.
It's a game that was awesome.
Besides the game, which, yes, it was an awesome game, and it was actually a reference point for the makers of Grand Theft Auto. They used that as an inspiration for them.
Absolutely, yeah.
But Carmageddon up in L.A., they're closing down a section of the 405 freeway completely. The 405 freeway that thoroughfare is the busiest in the world. In the world, right? Yeah. They're closing it down for the whole weekend, and it's just going to cause massive traffic jams. Did you hear about what JetBlue is doing? Oh, JetBlue is cool. They were smart, but they only did it for a limited time. Limited time. But you heard what they were doing, right? The $4 flights. Yeah, so you can fly from what? Is it Long Beach to Burbank? Long Beach to Van Nuys or Bob Hope to Burbank. Right. And that way you got people from one part of L.A. to the other, and then people could pick them up and take them to work for $4. For $4, yeah, exactly. But there's also a helicopter ride you could get. Normally $350 an hour. There was $150. So, really? I mean, you're still paying, but it's kind of cool. You get a helicopter ride over L.A. That's pretty cool. Yeah, or that's not a bad deal. And you think about it, the gas that you save, because I used to live in Huntington Beach, so I would drive, and I had a job with a company called Wizard Effects Group.
and they were in Sun Valley, just on the other side of Burbank. And for a period of a week, I worked on a project. I would drive from Huntington Beach to Sun Valley. I would leave the house seriously at 4 a.m. to get to work by 7. And it was really normally only about an hour drive. It was I was lucky. That was some people sit in traffic for like 4 hours, which is what it's going to be like today on the roads. The 605, the 710, the 91, the 210, the 101. Even with all those other freeways, it's going to be madness because the 405 is how you get from San Diego to what is it, Magic Mountain, to anywhere going north on the 405. That's why they call it the San Diego Freeway. So anyway, that's what's going on. So I passed.
Hey Justin, you going to do the punchline that I'm sure that we both thought of? You're going to do the punchline? I know you were thinking of it.
No, I was thinking about coffee actually right now.
The punchline.
Sorry, it's a little early. Go ahead, Slick. Take this one for yourself.
I thought you could do the punchline about him playing the detective. Remember?
Oh, I did say that, but y'all didn't hear me.
I knew where you were going, so go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, good thing they didn't cast you for the other part, because I think you ought to fit that one better.
Oh, you bastard. No, that would not have been good.
Oh, man. Sorry.
We think it's funny. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, as long as we think it's funny.
As long it's all in fun. There you go.
Yeah. So,
all right. Let's seriously though. Let's talk a little bit about this week. We're talking about Hollywood. We're talking about entertainment. Talking about the big news this week that I honestly could not understand why everybody was getting so worked up in a tizzy over. Everybody was jumping on the fact that Netflix has decided to change its structure, raising its rates overnight, from what I understand. And with that, people have been like pissed off and I'm leaving Netflix. Even Justin's Facebook photo is now a Netflix with a little line going through it. No, we talked about Netflix 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and I shared my disagreements with Netflix in the fact that I log in to watch a movie, stream to me, and there's nothing new. It's like you said, Justin. Whatever they all
college slasher 7.
Yeah, TNA movies.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute, did you say TNA?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, Slick, TNA.
You said Netflix, right? Netflix.
He's like, hold on, resolution.
Get a pen here.
Cinema Now.
No, but I mean seriously though, Netflix is my disagreement with Netflix is if they're going to up their prices, they need to up their content. Like we just talked about, their online content, their streaming content is crap. Maybe it's due to some of the studios not allowing them to show some movies. I don't know, but they don't have hardly anything that's worth a damn on their streaming side. Right. Yeah, granted, some people might disagree with me. They're like, "Oh, they have everything I want." Well, you're into sucky movies, so sorry, man. But I'm being honest. Easy there, easy. So no, but I don't like their content streaming, so they're going to raise the prices of that. Then they're going to use smoke and mirrors to figure out a way to charge everybody more money. So, we're separating our streaming plan, but then we're also going to raise the price of the one DVD out at a time. Oh, but by the way, if you have Blu-ray, that's going to be an extra $2.50.
Oh, I didn't even know they're doing that. Really?
Yes. So they're just using smoke and mirrors to figure out ways to charge you more money. Now, granted, yes, they miscalculated. There's an article, I posted it in the chat room right here. Why is Netflix raising their prices? The guy from AP, Associated Press, goes into details about why. It's because Netflix underestimated how many people still want to use the DVD service. The reason they underestimated it is because your streaming service sucks. If you put more content on the streaming service, maybe people would want to do it. I like the streaming service, the quality of it, the quickness, the reliability, but I don't like the content. Put more stuff on there, I'll be golden. I
think, honestly, if you ask me, I think Netflix is at a point now where they're in a good position because the public are buying televisions and Blu-ray devices that have Netflix built into it. All it takes is plugging in a cord and setting up your account, which can be done by just about anybody. There's no real technical know-how required to be able to watch a streaming movie on a broadband line.
Absolutely.
Now, my thoughts on this are and this is funny because I called my mom in Huntington Beach, who is 73 years old, is not very technically oriented. Every month she orders some movies on Netflix. That's how she doesn't have cable where it provides her with movies. She gets her her PBS and she's happy, and then once in a while she orders a movie and she likes it. She orders it on DVD. Her rate is actually going down because she's not doing streaming and the mailed content. So
if you're doing one of the plans, you're fine.
She's excited. She's saving money. And the other day I was trying to tell her, well, Mom, why don't you try streaming? Because it's actually really easy to do. And she's, oh, no, I prefer getting them in the mail and doing that whole bit. Which is funny because how quick did we change that business model from going to, I'm walking into a store, I like to see what's in the shelf, I like to get the DVD, and then take it home. That changed very quick. People are now adopted, okay, I'll just go ahead and mail it. Or I'll do it online. Me, I do my movies online. Why am I excited about it? Because my hopes are, with more revenue coming in, they will be able to purchase better movies for their streaming service. And honestly, I was about to drop it, but I'm going to give it a couple more months.
Is it a purchasing issue? They can afford to buy movies for their streaming service?
I think they're going to have more money coming in. I think they're going to be able to pay the studios for these movies at a quicker time, more money. I think. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Is their newest stuff comes out. I mean, like example, Social Network. Okay, you can get it on streaming, I think. But what I'm talking about is like some old movies, like Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Love that movie.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Old movie.
Shut up.
I'm watching Arsenic and Old Lace.
It's in black and white, but I can't get that on Netflix. I mean, it's an older movie. You would think they'd be able to buy it from the studios, but anyway, my bad.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
I don't think it's a purchase issue. I think they just, I don't know.
You want to hear my solution for our budget crisis in the United States? Library of Congress, baby. Here's what you do. You take every movie in the Library of Congress and you put it online. And you charge, U.S. government, you charge so much money for streaming that movie and making that available. And you will have the biggest film collection in the world available at your fingertips. Mm-hmm. If the government got smart, they would start their own streaming service from the Library of Congress and give you the ability to read books, watch movies, and do the whole bit, and make some money and still pay the residuals they need to pay for the movie itself.
Ollie, that's a good idea.
You'd have all kinds of great stuff. Down Periscope 2. Bet you never saw that one.
Andy for president.
You need to write our congressman.
Nah, man, you need to run for president, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
I can't.
Know if we go that far.
See, that's my excuse. My excuse is not that I'm a schlub and that I would be a terrible president. My excuse is I really can't. I wasn't born in this country like Arnold.
I can't imagine Andy getting up for that job in the morning. I just can't see that. I can't.
Mike Shaw in the chat room saying, no need to raise taxes, just rent movies.
Yeah, seriously. That's it. All right. Can somebody go over there and pummel Broadway for his comment?
Yeah, right. So anyway, I put a link in the chat room. I'm going to put it in there one more time real quick. But yeah, the link kind of goes into detail about why Netflix is charging it. I honestly I think the way they're going about doing it, I think they're going to lose a lot of customers, and they're not going to bring in as much revenue as they think. They should have done it. They're not going to raise it 60% increase. They should have done it 20%, 30%, whatever.
See, I don't understand this though. If you have streaming, why do you care about getting the DVD in the mail?
Because I can't get anything that's worth a crap.
But can you get Down Periscope by mailing?
Yes.
So then stick with just that plan and forget the streaming. And save money.
But sometimes I like to watch the streaming now. I don't know. I'll probably just get rid of the streaming.
I tell you, Library of Congress, man, they need to do it. Yeah. All right. Where are people going to go? All right. If they leave Netflix, where do they go? Where do they go?
They got Redbox. You've even got Blockbuster. This could be good for Blockbuster. Since Dish just purchased Blockbuster Video, this could be a good thing for them to keep them afloat. But if not, there's still Redbox. Right. There's Amazon Prime, which you didn't think about Amazon being a movie rental service, but yep, Amazon Prime.
Right.
And you've also got how
about YouTube?
You got YouTube. YouTube rents movies. Yes. Yeah. But here's the funniest thing. I just saw this. My buddy posted a picture when he went to go cancel his Netflix account. It asks you, why are you leaving Netflix? Well, you put down, I don't like this, this, or this. Then it says the next question is, how will be your new primary way to get movies? Redbox, Blockbuster,
They're telling people where to go.
Or get this, peer-to-peer, such as BitTorrent, illegal file sharing, LimeWire. I'm like, seriously, you're going to actually click on that, and that's going to have the Fed be knocking on your door right after that if you click that option.
Wow, that's crazy.
So they actually ask you, are you going to use illegal file sharing to obtain your movies? Idiots.
That's
when it says nuts. I'll break into my neighbor's house. Then see what happens.
Steal it from the guy next door.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so one we're leaving off, though, and actually the movie selection has been pretty good. So I kind of wonder, and I think part of the reason is cost. One of the reasons that I didn't look at Blockbuster is because one day I have a Sony Blu-ray DVD player that has internet connectivity. So, and with it has apps built in, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I could go on and I can watch movies streamed from Netflix from my Netflix account. I can watch YouTube movies. I can do some of these other ones. And it had Blockbuster on there. So I went on to Blockbuster, and the average price of the movie rental at Blockbuster was $3.99. Now, why would I spend $3.99 for a movie that I could go to Redbox and spend $1 for, watch it that afternoon if it's there, and then bring it home? You know what I mean? Bring it home and watch it. Watch some extras that are on the DVD maybe, and then take it back.
Exactly. There's no reason to do that. But now that Blockbuster was really they were trying to barely tread water to keep themselves afloat. But now that Dish bought them out, they may be able to come back. Maybe. It's going to be very, very hard, but they may be able to come back. The one thing that Netflix doesn't have going for them right now is they've lost all Sony pictures. Sony withdrew all their movies from Netflix for some reason.
Yeah. There's been some of the concern they have is that let's face it, the studios, they want the DVD sales. They don't want us to rent it. They want us to go and spend $25 on a Blu-ray with extras, or spend $20 on a Blu-ray with no extras, or $15 on a DVD with a couple of extras. I mean, they've got three pricing structures right now for how they're going to make money. They want you to do that. If they sell a license to Redbox and they pay X amount of dollars every time it's rented, or they pay a blanket fee for one movie. I mean, do you remember the way the old video stores used to do it? The way the old video stores would do it is they went out, they bought the movie full price, and then they rented it. Mm-hmm. And then somebody said, wait a minute, there's a law being broken here. So they had to change the structure of the old VHS video stores worked. But
no. Well, one thing is what Netflix could maybe possibly succeed on is doing it what like GameFly does. GameFly is another service, but it's a video rental service, but it's for games. Games to your door, keep them as long as you want through the month, and then return them when you're ready and get the next game in your list. Anyway, what they do, GameFly, if you like the game, you keep it. And what they do is they then send you the disc cover and the instruction manual in the mail a couple days later. So Netflix could do it where, hey, you like this movie? Keep it. We'll send you the sleeve in a couple days.
At a reasonable price?
At a reasonable price, because it was used.
Right.
But they don't do that. The only way to keep a Netflix movie is if you lose it in the mail.
And then it's $29 for a movie you could buy for $10.
No. Sometimes Netflix, if you lose it in the mail, they give you I think it's $5 or something per calendar year, and after that, then they start charging you. But if you lose a movie here and there, I think they don't charge you for it. I've lost a movie, but I actually did lose it, and they didn't charge me for it. So
I did too. And the movie was kept for 3 weeks, and then the person who found the movie, I left it at a McDonald's restaurant.
A Netflix movie?
Yeah, it was It was funny because I had got mail at the apartment where I used to live, and the person I was living with brought the movie to the restaurant to show, oh, you got a movie. I'm like, okay, well, we had a discussion. I got up and left.
Why were you at the McDonald's?
I was having lunch. But so they brought me the movie, and here's the whole thing. Why did you bring me the movie to a McDonald's? I left it there. I'm thinking about Netflix, you know. So somebody
about my Big Mac.
Somebody came through, grabbed the movie, obviously went home, and it was Transporter 2, I think it was.
Transporter or Transformers?
Transporter. Okay. You know Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I like that series. So grabbed the movie, went and watched it, and then was very kind enough to mail it back for me.
Wow.
So I got credit for it. Said this movie has been returned. I'm like, what the hell? How did that work?
But Mike Shaw, thanks for your order. Would you like Netflix with that?
Hey, you know what? Don't knock it. That's actually a great idea. Go in to get some food, and you have a Redbox right there, or a Netflix, or a special video rental place.
Redbox, yeah. Or here's a free trial, one free movie from Netflix, free trial.
How about this? How about is the technology here yet where we could put movies on a USB card?
Yes.
And so you take your USB card with you. They put the movie on the USB card. You load it up in your computer. You get 24 hours or 48 hours with it, and that's it. Couldn't that work?
They tried that with DivX, and it failed miserably.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember?
No, I remember it being on the sticks, but I don't remember what the problem was.
They tried doing the rentals that expired.
And the people throw away they throw away their CDs, whatever, and it would just people were like, "Oh my God, you're wasting so much space," and it was just a failure.
Yeah. Well, so here's another company that's doing this, and you know what? If you take a look at the movies that they have available, they've got a really nice layout, and it was bought by Best Buy recently. It's called Cinema Now. And one of the differences, I don't know if they've changed it, but they were one of the few online movie companies that not only offered, top flight movies, but they also they had like the back room, if you know what I'm talking about. You go into the back and you get your movies in the back. Yeah, they even at one point had that as well. So I'm not sure. I mean, if you go to their website, cinemanow.com, first thing you see is Family Movie Night. So I don't know, maybe they got rid of that when Best Buy took them over. But this is owned by them, and it's called Cinema Now, and you can rent movies like you could buy Rango or Arthur. You could buy these movies that are downloaded, and you own them. You could rent them. But again, their rental costs are kind of pricey. Lincoln Lawyer for $3.99. Well, you get off your couch, drive to a Redbox, and get that same movie for $1 from Redbox.
Very, very nice. Redbox is good. I mean, but I actually never used them, but it's a great plan. If you're into only having new movies, if you're looking for the old movies, Redbox ain't so hot anymore.
They have down Periscope that you can rent as well there, Justin.
Not at a Redbox terminal.
But you can at Cinema Now. You can download it.
At Cinema Now, sure.
Yeah. Download your favorite movie of all time.
Or,
Did you really say it was your favorite movie?
That movie was the single one reason why I joined the Navy, okay?
Wait, you got to be kidding me. If
the Navy was going to be like this, I'm in.
Wait, they had the farting guy in the submarine. That made you want to join the Navy?
Stop trying to blame your failures on others. All right, just accept responsibility for the fact that you stood in the wrong line, the wrong day. Maybe you had one too many beers the night before.
Where do I sign? Okay, I'll sign it right here.
Wasn't it Jim Carrey's now former wife before the last one, before Jenna McCarthy? Wasn't that his ex-wife that was in that? I think it was. I think he was married to her for a while.
The girl from
the blonde girl,
right?
Yeah, I think that's her. Yeah. Actually, it was a pretty funny movie. I just remember the farting guy in the submarine because you think, wow, that's got to be pretty bad.
It was I.
You watch it. He's going to be renting that today from Cinema Now.
I am. I'm going to find a way to watch that. I love that movie.
That's really good. All right.
Anyway, something else new. Can we switch topics, or are you still on this?
No, we're good.
Okay. So I am addicted to something, and it's not drugs.
Yeah.
It could be a drug, but it's not.
It's that good that it could be a drug?
It is a tech drug, and it goes by the name on the street. This is kind of an underground street name here.
Right.
It goes by the name of Minecraft.
Oh, no.
You guys heard about it?
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Tell us about this, Justin.
Okay, so it's really hard to get. You got to go to Minecraft.net. What this is, I can't do this anymore.
Dude,
Okay.
you're getting
Minecraft. Zooming in on my face and all that stuff right there. It's like, okay, so no, Minecraft it's a game. It's been out since 2009. It costs $20 to get. You can get the free version, but it's really outdated. Minecraft is an open world game. It's a sandbox game. You can do whatever, whenever, however you want. You just go out there and you mine for resources. You build up a tower. You build up a house. It's amazing. If you go to YouTube and type in Minecraft and look at some of these things that you can see people have built, it's just amazing. It looks so simple. The graphics are so old, but it's designed that way to be simple. But it is so addicting. Once you start playing, you can't put it down. And it's an amazing game. I've already built 3 or 4 different worlds. I've built all kinds of stuff in these worlds. I've mined into deep into the earth. It's a great game, and you should go check it out. I think Gandalf is posting some links right there.
Really?
It looks, like they said, it looks like Heretic and Doom. The graphics are so old, but it's such an amazing game, and I really think everybody should check it out. You can actually have a Minecraft server. It comes with the server. You can run the server, and then people can join up to your thing, and you can build like an Old West town or a city that with other people, and you can just run around and play games like that. So it's a really, really cool game, and it's going to be released for public in November of this year. Right now it's in beta mode, so it's $20. In November, when it gets released for PC and for Xbox 360, it'll be like $40.
Now, what's the goal of the game?
There is no goal. There is no goal. It's a completely open sandbox. Do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. Build a house, build a castle, build a giant Coke can floating in the sky. I mean, it's just, there is no goals.
All right, so then how do I communicate with you? What do I do?
Well, you have to have a Minecraft server. So you got to have a PC that's running the server application. It comes with it when you download it. You can actually play Minecraft in your browser, too, via Java. But if you want, you can download it, play it on the computer. The server program, you have to have a public IP.
Right.
I would just simply just click on multiplayer, type in the IP of your server, and you do the same. And we connect up to that server, and we both be playing Minecraft together inside the game. As for communication inside the game, I'm not sure. I don't know if they have a built-in voice chat or text chat, but I've heard other people use like TeamSpeak or Skype even to talk during the game.
Are there NPCs in this game, or is it? Or...
You can set non-playable characters. There's no more humanoids in the game. You're the only human in the game. Everything else is like sheep, cows, pigs. But there are, if you turn up the game past the peaceful mode, peaceful allows you just to go and mine and do whatever you want by yourself. If you turn it on to anything more than peaceful, when nighttime falls, things come out. Spiders, scorpions, ghouls and ghasts.
Sounds like a night in Tucson.
Yeah, right? So those things will come out and they'll hunt you down. So when you first start the game, you've got about 10 minutes of real time to build yourself a shelter before night falls. And once night falls, all these things come out and try to attack you. So you have to use torches. You have to craft a torch out of coal and a stick, and then you put the torch up there, and then that way it keeps the light and keeps the things away from you. And it's really addicting because when you start the game out, you've got nothing. So and there's no instructions. So you've got to completely figure this out on your own. Okay, what do I got to do? Well, I need wood. Let me go punch a tree. You go punch a tree down.
Really?
And take the wood. Yeah, I take the wood and and then I'm going to strip the wood down into sticks. And then from the sticks, you build a torch. And from the torch, you build a fireplace. And then from a fireplace, you build a pickaxe. And a pickaxe, you go mine stone. And the stone, you turn around and you make a better pickaxe. Everything leads to another. And you can build mine carts and dynamite and just crazy.
My son is how we got the wheel.
Exactly.
Well, it actually sounds like fun. Now,
it is, and you can go to Minecraft Wiki. Google it, Minecraft Wiki, and you can find out everything you can craft in the game and all the information about how to play the game. But it's really fun.
Now, do they charge you to set up a server? If I want to set up a server,
no. You go to Minecraft.net. You can download the free version, but like I said, it's really, really outdated. And they don't do updates for that one. Or you can just pay a one-time fee of $20. And you've got the most up-to-date game. You're going to have access to it once it comes out to the public. You'll already have paid for the game, and it comes with a server. So it's $20. I think I've already invested $20 worth of time into it, and it's great.
Wow. All right, cool. I'll have to check that out. I was actually thinking about dusting off a copy of Carmageddon on CD this week because I found my old copy of the game, which I think it ran under Windows. I want to say it was Windows 98. I don't know if I ever tried it under XP.
Yeah, I think it was Windows 98 ran off of that.
But I was trying to think if maybe I could get it to run XP. I'd run it under Windows 7 Virtual PC and see if it runs, just for the heck of it, to see. Because it used to be so much fun when your guy would run over things, and then you'd lose control of your car and flip over and smash, and then you had that refresh button, which would bring your car back together. With all this talk about Carmageddon, I thought this would be fun. Well, then I did some research, and I found out that there was a new Carmageddon coming out, slated for 2012. It's kind of a rehashing of the game. It'll be available for Xbox, PS3, and the PC. And they're bringing back that whole game style of driving and running over things. And kind of, they say that they've got it down, from what I've heard, better than the people at Grand Theft Auto.
Wow.
Or Burnout. Remember Burnout?
Oh, yeah, I remember Burnout. And
best car crashes ever.
You did. Now, I'm sorry. You were just mentioning that they're coming back with it. Do you know the release date?
They're just saying September of 2012.
September of 2012. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's quite a ways off. But I don't know. I always get worried because we wait for these games. We think, oh, this is going to be great. And then the game comes out, and it kind of comes out and goes away very quietly.
Yes.
Duke Nukem 3D, the Duke Nukem Forever is one of those. How many years? It's like, honestly, Duke Nukem Forever is Guns N' Roses Chinese Democracy. I mean, really, it is.
Did they finally release that album?
Yeah, they did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know. I mean, I knew they were fighting to release it for so long, and they finally released it, I guess. Wow.
So much hype.
Didn't even know.
Because Duke Nukem was such a game that came at the turn of the computer gaming. We wanted to get away from Castle Wolfenstein or Wolf 3D or what was it called? What was it? What was the 3D one?
Wolfenstein 3D.
Duke Nukem 3D?
No. It was like everybody was playing the same thing, and it was like it had Nazi symbols in it and everything, and it was a scroller, first-person shooter scroller, that kind of thing.
That's Wolfenstein.
Was that Wolfenstein?
Yes.
The original? What, didn't it have a different name?
No, it was Wolfenstein 3D was the original name for it.
I thought it had a different name.
Nope, Wolfenstein. Everybody look at the chat.
Rise of the Triad.
That was the first game I ever played. 3D computer game I ever played.
Rise of the Triad. That's Redneck said that. Wasn't that it?
No, because it had. You said it had Nazi symbols and all that.
Yeah,
no, that was Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Anyway.
Another gaming news.
And other gaming news. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. What else do I
can hear the synopsis for the show. A bunch of old people talking about games.
A bunch of old games.
Hey. No, actually, I don't really have anything more on the gaming news side, except for the PlayStation Vita, which is the new successor to the PlayStation PSP. Is looking pretty good this time. Actually, I think Sony might actually have it right this time. So let me try to find some information on that, and I'll post it in the chat room.
All right.
But it's called the Vita, Vita.
Well, I know there was interesting information coming out this week that apparently retail sales of video games are down, but what they're seeing is online sales of games are up because people are playing them on their mobile devices, their pads, their iPads, their tablets, and I'm just wondering if maybe that is the direction we're going to start to see more and more of us going. That we're going to stop seeing the boxed games in the stores for sale, and more of it in online downloads.
That's the what's the guy's name? The CEO of the company that made Angry Birds. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking that no more people aren't going to be playing console games. The console is going to go away. He's putting his money on everybody playing mobile games like Angry Birds on the road. And I don't agree with him. There's always going to be room for consoles. Whether or not we're going to keep seeing a Sony, a Microsoft, and a Nintendo console, that's up for debate. I personally think within a year's time frame, maybe 5-10 years, we're going to have one console, and whoever was the winner is going to be having their other two make games for them.
Well, what about the handhelds then? I mean, where do they have as far as because more people are downloading onto their cell phones? Or do you think the handhelds are going to be popular with just a younger set since they obviously parents aren't going to be putting, iPods into their or iPhones into their hands. Is that going to be where that market is going?
I think so. A lot of younger crowd will be playing more games and stuff like that, but you're still going to have a little bit of a crowd for the older games. Maybe not as heavy, but you'll have a little bit of crowd there.
Now, Slick, you're in a home where they have young'uns.
He's in a home.
Yeah.
That's right, Andy.
An old folks home.
Nurse, it's time for...
My diaper needs changing.
Spank me, I've been a bad boy. Come over here and take my temperature. Not that's way this way. Hang on.
All right. My God.
They have kids there.
You want to rub that and get some circulation in there?
They make medication for that, dude.
All right. Do they have a console? Do they have any kind of gaming material?
Oh God.
Well, no. The guy I'm staying with, he and his kids were big gamers. I mean, they had computers in every room. They had the house network, and they were playing the whole day. Were trying to get me into Duke Nukem. I just couldn't see. I remember the one time he brought me back into the room. He goes, "Here's the Nukem," and he fired it up. And I'm on a roof. I guess I'm on a roof or a helicopter pad or something. And I looked over the top. I looked around in the virtual world. And I went, "Okay, and I'm doing what?"
What was your character doing?
I guess I was Duke, and I was standing on top of a roof of a building that had a helipad. And I didn't know what to do. I'm just standing there.
Oh, we're getting some feedback there.
Yeah.
Echo.
I kind of that sounds like one of the games that I have. That's actually pretty fun, where you become other people and stuff. It's actually kind of a neat game. I don't know.
I only found that the few games that I had even the slightest interest is Team Fortress 2 and Crysis. Can't think of
and soon to be Minecraft.
I think I might give Minecraft a try. One of the other games.
Wait! Stop. Pause here. Minecraft sounds like that virtual world game. What's the name of that? SimCity. Why would I want to play Minecraft?
No. Because it's a first person. First off, it's first person, not God mode. You're not above everything. You're first person, and second, because it's cool. All right, I don't know. I can't explain it, dude. You just got to try it. You go watch some of the videos, see some of the things that people have built, and if you got it,
I think I've seen some of the videos. I just, I'm like, oh, it's
I can't explain it. I never thought I'd be into it either. I saw the videos and I'm like, dude, this looks so crappy. The graphics suck. Why would I want to play this? And then I just noticed that this game has over 11 million registered users as of 2009. So I'm like, okay,
of Second Life.
Obviously, they're doing something right. So I decided, it's $20. I'm going to give it a shot, and I can't believe it. The game is actually a lot of fun.
Are there still people who are doing Second Life? I mean, is that still a big thing?
I've heard it that's still out there, but I don't know if it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's not.
People make real money off Second Life.
Right. Yeah, they actually have their own Second Life. I don't know if you guys have seen the commercial that they're running for VW. I think it's VW. It may be for the Turion. I think that's VW. Where the kid comes home, and the parents. He thinks the parents are in bed asleep. They went to bed early and they didn't make his dinner, and he says he's back at home taking care of them. And then they cut to shots of the parents driving in their car, enjoying their life, going out to a concert. It's actually kind of funny. Well, they have a new one now where a girl's sitting in front of a laptop, and she's saying, I don't get my parents. I tried to get them on Facebook. They only have 19 friends. And she says, I have 360 or 600 and something friends. My parents, they just don't get it. They don't know. They don't have a life, right? And it shows them out with their friends. They cut to shots of the folks out with their friends riding horses and doing all this fun stuff. I don't know. I think the SimCity, even the SimCity 4, that whole SimCity feel that, and I think that's where Slick was going. I think even for my daughters who are 18 and 16, it just would be just too monotonous for them. I think a lot of the kids, they want these faster games. Maybe the older set that used to play games like that are the ones who are going to enjoy this type of Minecraft game. I don't know.
Well, Redneck's in there in the chat room saying that his oldest and youngest kids have been playing it since it came out. So apparently he doesn't really like it, but the kids do. So I don't know. It's just something to try out. I mean, if you don't like it, it's $20.
Right.
Sorry, but I mean, I really like it because I like the ability to. There's no there's no set goal. You just do what you want to do when you want to do it. You don't have to follow a path. I like those open world gameplays like Grand Theft Auto, where I can do whatever I want. If I want to go steal a car, I can go steal a car. If I want to go kill a hooker, I can kill a hooker. I mean, Grand Theft Auto's open world. I can do whatever I want when I want.
That's something for the children. Hey, I wish Microsoft would put out Midtown Madness. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, I love Midtown Madness.
They actually had
McLaren F1.
They had complaints that kids were crashing cars and creating spectacular collisions for the heck of it. And I'm thinking, so what? It's a game.
Yeah.
You know?
I love Midtown Madness.
My son Dominic, who just celebrated a birthday, just turned 24. Remember, I went online and I bought him Sierra driving lessons. And it was really kind of funny because he would actually drive the car and learn. Well, they stopped making the game, which I think is crazy. So what did he learn to drive in after that? Midtown Madness. He would actually be driving his car down the streets of Chicago, and he would do all the laws and everything. You know, he never got any points, but that's what he would do.
Yep.
You know, thank God. And he's only been in like 5 accidents in real life. I think it's...
Midtown Madness is a good game. I used a different game. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a driving simulator. Also, it was an older one, a 3D one. But I used that a little bit to kind of hone my driving skills. Obviously, driving in real life helped more, but with the technology nowadays and the ability to do that kind of stuff with the wheels and like Gran Turismo 5 and all that, I mean, yeah, people could use it as an actual simulator to help you with driving.
Right.
For instance, Flight Simulator 10. There are literally flight schools that are using Flight Simulator 10, and they actually count the credit towards you getting your pilot's license by sitting with an instructor next to you and flying a virtual airplane.
Yeah.
They actually count that towards real credit, not the whole thing. What are you laughing about, Slick?
It's just funny.
I can just see some guy up in a plane. he's flying, and he goes, I think I'll put this on pause, step out and get a cup of coffee.
Be right back.
This is your captain speaking. We're going to go ahead and put this on pause for a few minutes and get a cup of coffee and a smoke. Smoke him if you got him.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Actually, I'm going to tell you a funny story. This week I talked. Do you guys know who Roger McGuinn is?
Yeah, wasn't he one of the Birds?
Yeah, but Roger McGuinn was in the Birds, and oh gosh, he sang with Bobby Darin and everything. And I talked to Roger this week. I wish I had this audio ready for you, but Roger was telling me that he is a big flight sim fan, and has always enjoyed aviation, but never got his license. But he flies the flight simulator. And he said when Flight Simulator had first come out and the graphics started getting a little better, he was over at Dwayne Eddy's house. I don't know if you guys know who Dwayne Eddy is. He's also a musician. And he said that they had a computer and it had Flight Sim on it. So one of the friends that was there was a studio musician and was actually had a guitar and was like wanted to jam with the two other guys, Dwayne and Roger, and they were trying to land a Learjet. He's telling the story about them trying to land a Learjet and didn't. That's all they were into. They didn't want to play guitar. And the guy was like, hey, don't you guys play guitar anymore? And that happens. People get into these games. They just that's all they want to do, Don't want to do the other stuff.
Flight Sim.
Actually, it was actually really cool talking to him because he was one of the guys that actually went to Capitol Hill and lobbied for digital downloads and actually said, no, I think it's a great idea that my music is available for people to download and it's like radio. It promotes it. Hopefully, then people will download my music and then go ahead and buy stuff. And it was kind of neat.
See, I like the immersive experience, like we used to have at the video game places where you would you go there and like we used to have here at golf and stuff, and you would go in there and actually sit down and play. I remember one of the games that I liked a lot was a version of Star Trek, and it was in a box, a booth kind of thing. And I had controls at each hand and then the screen in the front. I kind of like that. But I think I got that also. I mean, it's not a game. It's really not a game. But one of the best experiences I've ever had was with my first ex-wife. She was in the Air Force. We were stationed out here at DM. I went on DM. Somehow she got me into the A-10 trainer. I don't remember how we did it.
Wow.
But I actually, they hooked me up in the seats and everything, and I was in there, and they put me up, and I had to land the thing, and to fire the guns. It was great.
Yeah, I did the F-16 flight simulator at not Davis Monthan. It's actually at TIA at National Guard out here in Tucson, and I actually landed the F-16, which is pretty cool. But the graphics were better in Microsoft's Flight Sim 10 than they were in the Air Force simulator. Kind of crazy.
I bet. I agree.
Anyway, have you ever Justin? Have you ever done do they do submarine simulator?
Yeah, they've actually got a couple games out there. Silent Hunter 1, 2, and 3, 4. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about a simulator like real simulator, but you know what? They've never been able to make a real good Navy game. The closest they came to it was
USN.
Something Pacific. What?
They had a game called USN, and it was a flight game, basically a dogfight game, but the graphics weren't that great.
Well, let's see here. Mike is saying 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Battleship. Oh yeah, Battleship.
Battleship. Yeah. There was I think Silent Hunter was the one that was the graphics got better as time went, and actually the explosions were really cool when you would launch your torpedoes, and then you had to avoid the depth charges. But that's the warfare I think that takes place in a submarine is going to be a lot different than the warfare that we had back in the 40s during World War II. So that's why I think it's all electronic now.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I think what is it? Did Microsoft? I'm trying to look this up right now. But didn't Microsoft say something about they're also going to release a new version of Flight Simulator here pretty soon?
Yeah, or next year. No, they're talking about next year. Better graphics. Yeah, better graphics. Gameplay is a little different. Sounds and the experiences, the extras. So yeah, they're saying it's going to be even better, more photorealistic.
The problem is with Flight Simulator is you got to have a supercomputer to run it to get anything better than 35, 40 frames a second. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you have to download your map areas from somewhere, or even the planes to get a better experience with it. But it is still fun. I just re-downloaded it recently, got it installed in the computer, and downloaded Tucson and
check out Mega Scenery. You ever heard of them?
No.
Mega Scenery, just Google it. I don't have the website. Mega Scenery has scenery packs that you can buy for different parts of the world, and it's photorealistic. It's actual Google Maps photorealistic images of the area. Like I've got Southern California, which covers all of Los Angeles, San Diego, out to almost Yuma, and it's photorealistic scenery with all the airports and everything there. And then I've also got Hawaii, so I've got photorealistic 100% of Hawaii completely photorealistic, and it looks amazing.
That is pretty cool.
It just lays on top of the default scenery.
Right. But I think what's going to happen...
Thanks, Redneck. Yeah, thanks, Redneck. Megascenery.com.
They're going to have to do a 3D version of the game where you actually get 3D views. Well,
there was a mega setup. I got to find this picture. This dude had the most amazing Flight Simulator setup. I have to find the picture, but it was just that's what he needs, and 3D would make it even better. But this guy had like 16 monitors, full on cockpit. I mean, like just buy a damn plane.
There's a lot of money in that, man. They charge for the flight controls, just for the yoke and the throttle that's a part of the yoke. I think they charge something like $300 for that.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I've got the yoke. It was like $250. The yoke and the foot pedals.
And rudder pedals separately, $200, and then throttle control separately, another $200. And then or you can go and you can buy actually a welded metal frame of a plane that has the cockpit forward, cockpit sides, cockpit back quarters for something like $8,000, where you actually sit in it. And you fly, and you get that experience, Well,
here's one. Look at this picture right here. I just put it in the chat room. This picture right here is from fsxdownloads.net. There's a picture of a cockpit. It's a 3-monitor cockpit. It's got some side switches for the comms and your engines and stuff like that. It's not full on like you were saying, but it looks like it actually moves too. So that might be something kind of cool.
Yeah, it has bass under the seats, which gives you a rumble feel or a vibration. That's the big. Exactly. I hated that force feedback crap. I don't know about you, but to me it was just like it was more of an irritant than it was something that really made the game even better. Anyway, all right, it's crazy. All right, tell you what, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we will continue with Tech Talk Radio. In the meantime, just hang out, and we'll be right back. And we're back with Tech Talk Radio. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate that. Want to say hi to the people in our chat room. First off, Mike Shaw. Thank you very much, Mike. Mike Shaw. Wait, Mike, I don't know if you have a stream that you do. Would love to get that if you do, so our listeners and people that come back and check the video cast and the podcast during the week can check that out. Also, Redneck, which is Broadway, who is the first morning show producer that I ever had in Palm Springs with me and Barry. And he has since moved on and is one of the grand poobahs of a company in Texas that does, web servers, storage, just about everything. It's kind of cool. I like that. And also, he's the only guy I know to get electrocuted while working on his electricity. And for about 3 months, but maybe it was a little less than that, 3 weeks after that, he would come to work, and while he was talking, I don't know if you could see me, he'd be twitching. Like, all of a sudden, he'd have a twitch, and we used to make fun with him about it because he got electrocuted, and that twitch was his muscles just trying to get used to not getting electric jolts through him. It was actually rather comical. It wasn't at the time, but it was comical now that I look back on it. We were so funny. Mean. Yeah. Anyway, so it's good. It's good stuff that he does there. Also to Gandalf, thank you. Gandalf runs a great website and has a good forum, good area on our forum for you to get information about firearms. Now, we've done something different with the forum. We're going to put a note up about it today. We used to have it open enrollment. You could go in there. You could sign up for the forum. Then we started getting hit with spam, porn spam, and I don't like that. I don't want you ever, if you're uncomfortable with that stuff, to come to our forum and see porn. There's no reason for it. So we put it to it needs to be authenticated. Then we ran into problems where, seriously, we were getting like a spam registrants. Out of all of the registers we got, they were all spam registrants. So we have taken out that equation, and no longer can you register for our forum unless you send me an email that says, "Hey, I'd like to register for the forum." We go ahead and we get you signed up. We send you an invitation. Unfortunately, it's just the way we have to do it. We don't have a large enough staff to go through and check for spam and do all of that stuff. So that's why. So in case you're wondering how we've done that, that's what we've done. But Gandalf has a good area in there. Also, CC Mike. Mike works with Geek Shed. They're the people who provide our chat room, the IRC chat room that you guys are all on right now. And also Justin is here. But just like you're not in the chat room.
I'm not again?
Yeah, jumped you out.
Let's see. I should have been. No, I'm back. I'm in there. I've been in there.
No, you're not.
It says I am. Watch this.
Watch this. Huh. Nope, wrong.
My name is Andy.
Nope, not showing up.
Well, let's see. Give it time. He's just typing it in right now.
Really? I did get
not showing up.
Oh, that's weird.
There you go. See, told you. Don't argue with me.
Huh.
Not connected. Disconnected from Odyssey.geekshed.net. Enter.
So.
Not connected.
Now, the Mike wrote that he used to do a live stream show, but he hasn't done it for a long time. His website, mikeshaw.tv. I was thinking about that. We were trying to set up live stream today because of the disappointment we're having with, and I love Ustream. Don't get me wrong. I do like it, but we're just a little disappointed with the Spanish ads. Mm-hmm. And I'm nothing against people who speak Spanish, but honestly, most of my visitors to the site don't. And so my thoughts are to move to live stream and see about that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nosotros hablamos inglés.
Yeah. So I don't know if people have had experience with live stream.
Yeah, let us know. What do you think of live stream if you have it?
All right. Somebody's door was knocking?
No, that was me just.
Oh. I wanted to talk a little bit about a computer issue that I had. I had a computer laptop come to me this week for service. Tried starting it in regular mode, and it would get past the Windows starting. It's a Windows Vista machine. Mouse would come on, and it would just sit there. And, when you do it the first time, usually, okay, give it about 3-4 minutes and then reboot. So I gave it 3-4 minutes, then rebooted. Next time around, I gave it an hour and still didn't come up. So I decided to try and start it in safe mode. Same thing. Safe mode with command prompt would then go into the same issue where it wouldn't start up. So I contacted the client, told him, I said, yeah, we've got some issues with it. I don't have the discs for this. Could you get me the discs? And he said, well, you can go ahead and just reinstall everything if you need to. I've got backups, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, no problem. I always do make a backup just in case because, that way in case the client ever says, oh, I didn't have a backup of that. So I did that, pulled the drive out, put it in my, what do you call these things, Slick? The
toaster.
The toaster. Put it in the toaster, saved the files that I needed into a directory, took it out, put it back in the laptop. Then I thought, wait a minute, the client I met yesterday gave me the discs for this. Let's put the disc in and try a startup repair. Sure enough, startup repair went through, found the problem, and took care of it. And the system now comes up. My question is, at this point, do you just go ahead and give the laptop to the client and say, yep, okay, here you go, it's starting up? Or do you go ahead and you reinstall everything? Because thinking that there was an issue that came up that caused this, what is the issue? Do you go ahead and fix it now so that issue won't come up again by reinstalling the OS? Or could the issue still come up?
Well, I would reinstall the OS. I mean, it depends. If you plan on having repeat business from this person, you're going to want to make sure you give them good customer service.
Yeah.
So obviously, if there's a problem with the OS, you don't want to give them back something that's has a Band-Aid on it. You want to give them back something that works. So yeah, I'd reinstall the OS. That's
what I'm wondering. Does the repair solution, is that all it takes care of? Does it just take care of getting it on its way?
That's all it does. It's an in-place upgrade is what it's called.
With Windows, you have no idea.
Yeah, I like Broadway's solution is no, you don't. He says, fix first. Don't just reinstall and send them on their way. It may, or it may come back. So, yeah, very good point. It could even be a controller, a driver controller, the whole bit.
Yeah, what was the? I mean, I sometimes depending on who the customer is, it depends on what I offer them. Some of them may say, I don't want to have to install my programs again, blah blah blah, and I just give them the warning. I go, look, I did an in-place upgrade. It's laying, the core files. It's replacing those. I'm not telling you it's fixed. I'm not going to tell you it's fixed. We have to do a new install to see if that's fixed. But if you want to take it like it is and you don't want to install your programs again, good luck.
All right, so I think maybe then I'm going to go ahead and just do the reinstall anyways. Just might as well. And then just move the data back over and said, look, we took care of it right there.
Yeah, install to a new folder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
What's that?
I had a problem with a disk earlier this week. I don't know if you guys want to help me out with it.
Sure.
So we got a Mac user, and they had an external hard drive connected up via FireWire 800, and the hard drive seemed to crash. So we got them a new hard drive, brand new, out of the box, put it back into the enclosure, hooked it back up to FireWire 800. Didn't work. Wouldn't be recognized by the Mac for some reason. Wouldn't even show up in disk utility. Hook it up to a Windows machine via USB. It works
because it's formatted for the PC.
It wasn't. It wasn't formatted. It was no formatting. When it came up on Windows, it said that it had to be initialized and everything. Yet because it hadn't even been initialized. So I initialized the disk, didn't format it, just initialized it, and put it back to the Mac. Still nothing. So then it doesn't even show up in disk utility, which is just really weird. Why would it show up in Windows, but not show up in a Mac? And it's not. I guarantee it's not formatted for Windows.
But you initialized it in a Windows machine.
No. First off, I tried it without, straight out of the box, no initializing, no nothing, popping it into a Mac. Because I've done this before. And, put into a Mac, it pops up and it goes, oh, new disk. And so then it's like, oh, you need to run disk utility on it. But nope, didn't do anything.
Did you put it in the same enclosure? Did you take the other drive out of the enclosure?
Yes.
And put it in the same? Is there a possibility that the power source in that enclosure is not up to par?
bing, 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 bing. It's not, well, not quite necessarily. We ended up finding out yesterday, right before I left, that it looks like it was the FireWire port on the enclosure was bad.
Yeah.
But it even has two of them. It has two 800 ports. So I plugged into both of them. I tried both of them, at the same time. So it ended up being that, and I'm not trying to like quiz anybody, but yeah, that's what it ended up being was it was just the simplest thing in the world. Yeah. It was the FireWire port was bad. It was the enclosure itself.
Do you know
hard drive?
How often? And this is not. I love externals. I've got a set of Western Digitals. I've got a Seagate, and I've got an old Mac Store external, and I love them. But what happens is the power source goes out, and people get this notice that says, "Hey, you need to format this drive," and they think that their drive's dead, or it will just click and click and click. And basically what it's doing is the power source on the external goes out, and they think that all their stuff is lost, and it's not the case. I talked to a woman yesterday who has said that they lost all of their photos. So I said, how did you know you lost the photos? And she said, well, suddenly we couldn't see the drive anymore, and it was on an external. So I said, well, was it making a clicking sound? She goes, no, it wasn't that. It just wouldn't show up. And I said, well, there's a good, strong chance that you didn't lose anything, that really all we have to do is access that drive, and we can recover your photos. So I think it's going to be one of those that we're going to have a very happy customer afterwards.
Yeah, and then Redneck has also mentioned in the chat room that external USB FireWires fail a lot because of the lack of voltage. But this actually had a separate power supply. It wasn't getting its power from USB or from FireWire. It was actually getting its power from a separate power supply. So.
Well, with the external enclosures, whether it be for portables or large or whatever, I had one bad experience, and I probably have the drive sitting right next to me here. I had one bad experience where I bought the drive, and you couldn't see it in the package, but I bought the portable drive. It's like 100 gigs on the drive, and I'm like, cool, you plug it into USB power, great, it works. I open up the package, then I see the Y connector, and I'm like, oh, man. And sure enough, on one machine, it's not just one, but the one machine I plugged it into, and not enough juice coming from the USB ports to power the drive. Luckily, had a DC port in the drive, so I went to the manufacturer and purchased the external the external AC adapter. But I tend to not, just by habit, if there's an external drive and it does not have a power port for it, I won't buy it. Just because just at one time you can't get to it.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, what companies like Western Digital are doing is, you get this type of connector, where basically, especially for USB 3.0, where you have, your USB kind of extension there, and then you plug both of these USB devices into your available ports so that you can get power off of it. This has been a good solution for some of the newer technology drives that come into older systems. USB 3.0, I recommend getting a card, or if you don't have a motherboard that supports it, there's cases now that have the USB ports on them that can be powered and give that extra boost. But as far as the drive itself, yes, Slick, you are absolutely 100% correct. If it doesn't have a power source, you might want to look at something else. That's why I like the MyBooks, because most of the MyBooks have a power plug that you can plug into it.
Yeah, burn once. Otherwise I just go with flash drives, and then sometimes I've got one notebook where I've just it's been my break me because I haven't had another computer to use as a break me, so I've installed like everything and anything on it. And this poor notebook now, I can plug in external USB drives with their own power source, and this poor notebook will take 5-10 minutes maybe to recognize the drive. I feel so bad for this notebook. Flash drives no problem. External hard drives. Oh man,
that's where there's the problem.
A lot. Huh?
That's where the problem is.
Yeah. Of course it's with the technology. It's not with the user. Of course not. User didn't do anything but try to use it, didn't I?
Well, Slick, did you had experience with a Kingston 32 gigabyte data traveler, the 3.0?
Yeah. You talking about the 2.5 one?
No, it was actually, this was a USB stick. I have the newer one.
Wait a minute, don't you have it?
Yeah, but you had experience with that, right?
Yeah.
Did you find?
I had the version 1, and you've got version 2, right?
Yeah. Did you find the heat that was generated with this device when you would fire that up?
I didn't notice that I can remember. I didn't. If it was a little warm, it didn't surprise me. But I didn't. Nothing to worth mention about in a review or even complain about. that I could think of.
Warm is just one word. How about scalding?
Was it for you?
Yeah, I noticed it. And I was transferring large amounts of data, and I noticed that the device plugged in would just absolutely get too hot. You couldn't touch it. I mean, it was that hot.
Is that just version 1 or version 2?
Version 1. That's in the version 1 device. We're going to try the version 2 device and see if it generates the same amount of heat moving the same amount of files.
Wow.
It's kind of a drag, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm still screaming about that Osio enclosure that they sent us. That you gave
still
to
love
me.
that?
Oh my God! I mean, if I could just, I would parade up and down the street with an Osio flag. Just tell people, don't buy any other enclosures. Those are the greatest enclosure. You open up the enclosure, you click the button, you get the drive, you put it in there, you close it, snap it up, done.
Done. Yeah. Other than having a toaster on your desk, it's probably one of the best ways for running drives.
It's probably better than a toaster because it's got the fan.
I like the toaster. You just pull stuff out, put it in.
Yeah, but you don't have a fan. There's a nice little fan that blows cool air across the drive, makes it feel nice and comfortable in the enclosure.
Great. All right, that's good.
Hey guys, you enjoy the Pirates movies, right? Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
No. I haven't seen the last couple of them.
Wow. Okay. Well, forget you guys then.
What's your point?
I was going to say that Engadget was reporting they're going to be the new combo comes up October 18th. You've got 3 different ways. You got a 2-disc, a 5-disc, or a 15-disc set.
15 discs. What the hell?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Now you have my attention. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're going to have a 2-disc, a 5-disc, or a 15-disc Pirates chest. It comes in a Pirates chest, limited collector's edition that contains all 4 movies, a never-before-seen short film, and more.
Why?
They have to fill the pirate chest with some sort of booty.
Oh my god!
That was pretty good. I like that one, Justin. That was pretty good.
I don't know. And a bottle of rum. Yeah.
People fall for this stuff. I don't know. People fall for this stuff. You know what? The one I've never got that I want to get that has the extras is Independence Day, because apparently it has a completely different ending. And I want to see the ending, and I've never done it. But I've never been able to justify the fact to go spend $10 to see just a different ending.
$10, really?
Yeah. Just to see what? To see a different ending? You know, I just put it on TV and I'll watch it.
Well, you got the new Star Wars coming out.
That I will probably get on Blu-ray. Yeah. You're not going to get that?
No, I'm going to wait for the real one.
The real what?
The real Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Apparently this is the version that got recut. Really, wasn't the best versions to have, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. I don't know.
I spent some money this week. Number one, I had to replace. Oh, and I want to give this. Let's mention this before we go on. For those that have laptops, it's very easy to take your laptop and say, "Well, I'm going to work on this for a couple of hours here. I need to plug this in." And you plug your laptop into the wall and it's a storm, or the wiring is not that good in that home or that business that you're in. And next thing you know, you get a power surge up to your laptop and it takes out your power brick. Mm-hmm. And power bricks, yes, you can go on eBay and buy them for $10 from China, or you could buy them from the manufacturer for $70 or $80, sometimes a little more. But you need to protect yourself when you plug into the wall. As you do with a PC, hopefully. Have a good dual-rated power surge protector between the wall and your laptop. Mm-hmm. You know, and now APC actually carries a small device that you can plug into your wall. So if you go to a coffee shop and you're plugging in, you can plug it into the outlet, and it will surge protect your laptop to prevent, number one, damage to your laptop, or number two, damage to your brick. Now, that if that happens, then you can certainly be protected, because there's nothing worse than those bricks going out and suddenly not having the money to be able to get your laptop up and running again.
Yeah.
Here's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, let's see it.
I got this a long time ago. Woods Travel Surge. On one end you have, let's see, it looks like this. It's pretty square. Yeah.
Right.
On one end, this show you how old this is. On one end, you've got, let's see, line in, phone and modem. Okay.
Right.
You got.
Wait, show that again. I want to give our viewers a chance to see that a little better. Try not to move it from there. Down a little. All right, and let's see if we can get a better view of that. Move it over a little to your left. There you go. There you go. All right. A little pixelated, but okay. So what are your outlets there?
Let's see. Line in.
All right.
Phone and modem.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So that was the wall, telephone, and then that goes to the computer.
All right.
Okay, so that's the bottom. On the sides, you've got one outlet, two outlets. Okay. You got little lights even up here. And when you open it, hi, how you doing?
Oh, nice. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, does it have a suppression system built into it, though?
Yes. Yes, filtered.
Oh, cool.
Everything's filtered.
Now, how much do those run, generally? That looks like something you'd find at Brookstone, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This was back in the day stuff, man. I mean, I saw it and I had to have it. I'm like, I'm protecting my investment.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess, I'm going to say something like $25, $50 back then.
Right. You may be able to find it cheaper now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Actually, I've seen some better now that are out there. They don't. Of course, they don't have the ports for the telephone connection, but they had. I noticed, and I don't remember where I saw it, but they had 3 outlets on it, and you plug it into the wall, and it was designed for notebooks.
Mike Shaw's asking, does it block telemarketers?
Yeah.
Not that one. That's the one that sends a signal back down the line. Yeah.
Shocks them on their side.
Yeah. Could you hold that phone a little closer here?
All right, so just a point that you guys got to think about if you are going to be, plugging in a laptop, get that protection. If you're plugging in a PC, especially a newer PC, and what I find a lot of people doing. Justin, you might want to close that little blind behind you a little better. I think somebody just walked by in a towel.
Could you play that back, Andy? Could you roll that back? Where's that on the recording?
There you go. Perfect. Kind of distracted me a little.
Can we get that instant replay going?
All right. No, I have found that some people, what they'll do is they'll plug their printer. They have a laser printer. They plug their computer. They plug their monitor all into one power source, one power surge protector. Again, you don't want to do that. Your laser printers use up a lot of power, so if there's a surge, they may be taken out, or your computer could be taken out. So again, you want to separate your printer, you want to separate your computer, and in some cases, separate your monitor, especially if you're running a real large size monitor.
Yeah. We've had some cases in the shop this week about power surge and stuff. Power supplies have been taken out. This one lady brought in a very nice... actually, there's about 2 or 3 of these happened this week. Now I think about it, they said all they did was move the computer. But sometimes that's all it takes. You know, because if the computer's been up and running for a long time, and it just takes just a little, little jolt of something.
Well, I like what Raven says. She said, so I have to have like 3 surge protectors. In essence, maybe. Depending on the way your desk is set up, it can actually be wired quite well. Now, they have these super ultra protectors. Yeah, you may look into that. But again, that's going to be out of a lot of people's price range where it costs actually more than the computer itself. Surge protect the whole house. Yeah. Copper strap.
Yeah, what is it? You have to. When we build radio stations, do we put that 8 or 6 feet in the ground? The copper strap.
6 feet.
6 feet.
I think it's 6 feet. So, usually radio stations don't like to tell people that because then all the meth heads go out and dig up all the copper.
Yeah. It's the ground, really get a good ground in the entire building and everything. But I also learned from talking to some other people and they were coming in and out of the shop. I guess there are, like you were saying, different types of surge protectors and filters and stuff like that. But I guess you got to have them for your big screen TVs. You just got to have them.
Oh yeah,
it's such a big investment.
We spent the money on it. We spent I think like $85 for a surge protector from Monster, just for our big TV and the power cord for that. So something to think about. I have a friend that's trying to sell his 83-inch DLP. He bought for $3,500 from Best Buy, and he just says he's moving and he doesn't have any room for it. Blah blah blah. And I was on QVC the other day. I was watching QVC, and my God, would you believe it? They selling the same TV for $2,000. with easy pay payments. So somebody could just, they can afford to pay the $400 every month for 5 months, and they get this TV mailed to their home. Well, not mailed, but sent to their home.
Man.
Wow.
83-inch. You gotta have surge
Just get
protection.
a projector.
Yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing is when I hooked it up for him. And when I was hooking up, I noticed he didn't have a surge protector on it.
Oh.
I told him, I said, you better go get one of these right away.
Especially in Arizona. I mean, San Diego, we got some pretty clean power out here, but with Arizona, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we get some surges. What was the? I'm trying to think. The power that's coming off of TEP, at least around here. It's been fluctuating a lot because I guess we get TEP gets their power from other power providers.
Yeah, they
right?
pay for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's been all over the charts around here. So you definitely need some kind of filter. I was looking around. I was in Walmart, and being the cheapskate that I am, looking for the cheap TVs now. For nowadays. Now, I guess a few months ago, somebody bought one. The cheapest I was able to find, it was a tube. It was $99. I'm thinking, all right, that's acceptable by today's standard. I was hoping to find, even a small something for, the 50, but that doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't appear to be. Although, I did see something that almost looked like a tablet. It was a television in like Office Max or Office Depot within the $50 to $100 range. I saw a few of those. Right. But the cheapest TV I saw at Walmart, regular old TV, cheapest TV they had, was about $130, flat screen.
Right.
And it was, 16-inch screen, I think it was. Is that about as cheap as they get anymore?
19, I think, would probably be the smallest.
Yeah. Is that about as cheap as they get anymore?
About $130. No, you can find them sometimes on special for for around $100. And there's talk on Black Friday this year. We're going to see some great deals on the 32-inch screens.
Speaking of Black Friday, I'm actually going to go do it again for the second year. I didn't do it last year. I did it a year before that, but I think I'm going to go do Black Friday this year with our exchange student that's living with us because she's never experienced it. So I might have to do like some sort of reporting live from Black Friday or something, or do a segment or something like that.
Oh yeah,
a special.
Take a look at. We had a full support of Best Buy a few years ago, and we actually got inside Best Buy before they opened the doors, and we actually have the shot of them opening the doors and everybody coming in, and it's just hilarious. It really is.
Out of curiosity, what language does she speak?
What's that? Oh, she speaks Japanese, right?
Oh. Yeah, she's Japanese. Yeah. She speaks English really well too, but she's Japanese. But I just want to mention Gandalf. He put something in there about surge protectors. We were just talking. SurgeAssure.com is a whole house surge protector solution. I kind of looking at that website right now. It's actually kind of looking pretty cool.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for that link. Again, Gandalf, grab all of this this chat, and we'll get that put up there. That's pretty neat. Yeah, and you were going to say something else too, Justin.
He was.
He was. You said, I want to, and then you went somewhere else with it.
No. Oh, no. Well, I guess one thing on my mind is I know a lot of techs out there, but maybe people are kind of wondering why I'm wearing all Chargers gear today.
Nope.
Well, you can just be quiet.
Does this involve sports?
It's in honor of the lockout almost being ready to be lifted off the NFL. So it looks like we are going to have a season this year, according to sources on ESPN yesterday, that the owners and the players have reached an agreement. So we should be having an end of the lockout here in the next week or so. So
should we let them kind of coordinate our budget for the government? Maybe they'll come up with something.
Yeah. They might have a better opportunity to come up with that than the Congress is right now. Yeah, exactly.
NFL Players Union, have them handle all of that stuff. That works out pretty good. I had an interesting case this week, and again, you got to be careful. I wanted to mention this. I use one of these devices. This is from SanDisk, and the phone that I use is a Verizon Fascinate. It's a great little phone. Had a 16 gigabyte memory card in it, and I took some photos, and I thought, you know what? I want to go ahead and have these photos uploaded to my website, but what I'm going to do is take this memory card out, pop it in this little SanDisk device, and get the data that I need. Whoops. Well, well, unfortunately,
and that leads to the rest of the story. Go ahead. I dropped it.
I put the.
Now it doesn't work.
I put the memory card in and put it in the drive USB slot, and it wouldn't see it. Would not see it. So then I took it, and then put it back in the phone. It wouldn't see it in the phone when I connected. Couldn't figure out what it was, and then found one of those little mini cards. I don't know if you've seen these, where you could take a little, the little trans flash cards and plug them into the bottom. And then I plugged it into the toaster that I have here, which has all of the devices, and it saw it. Then I found out the toaster has SDHC on it, and that is the type of memory card that's being used in the camera itself. It's an SDHC card, which is high speed, and a lot of laptops, a lot of computers, a lot of USB devices like that SanDisk that's on the floor now, they cannot register SDHC. So in case you have a memory card, there's stuff on it, and it's not showing up, check to make sure it's not an SDHC card before you throw it out in the trash.
Okay, good tip.
All right.
I'm surprised people are still kind of being fooled by that, because I thought we were beyond that a little bit, but I thought it was pretty well known anymore about the SDHC. The one that's coming is they got me all drooling is the XDXC.
No, what is that?
That's the one that goes up to, I think it's a terabyte or 2 terabytes per card.
A little memory card?
Wow.
Oh, my God. So much data. It's funny. Slick has actually got a film credit before I actually have a listed film credit, because the films I've been working on have been small. Even though I got paid, you didn't get paid for yours.
How do you know that?
Anyway, the guy that put together the film that Slick is in is a good friend of ours named R-Dub, and the film is called AM Mayhem, the story of Power 1490. And 1490 was a radio station that existed here in Tucson in the 90s, and it was a hip-hop R&B station on an AM channel.
What?
Yeah, on an AM channel. And what they did is they ended up, and Slick, you know more about this, obviously, because you work there.
Go ahead, you tell the story. I'll correct you.
And from just what I've seen so far, they were competing against FM, and they were doing really well. And they had such jocks as Stryker, who's now in L.A. at He's
Stryker, big
at K-Rock at 106.7 KROQ, not KRQ. Yeah. They had Boogie D, they had Slick, they had Killer Keith, they had R-Dub, who hosted a nationally syndicated show. They had a whole bunch of people involved in the station. It seemed like it was a labor of love, and they were just given carte blanche to just, hey, do whatever you think. Do what you think works. And then over time, it changed for some reason. Well, that story is being told. Well, my buddy R-Dub brought over the drives with the footage on it.
Is he still in Tucson?
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Still working for KRQ?
No, he's not, is he, Slick? What's he doing now?
No, he's doing slow jams. It used to be just a weekend show on Sunday nights. It used to be called Sunday Night Slow Jams. Now he's actually doing it throughout the week on different stations as well.
Right.
So he's producing that out of his house here in Tucson, and they picked him up for afternoons at the Clear Channel stations in actually San Diego.
Wow. Yeah, R-Dub was the first Tucsonian celebrity that I ever met.
Really?
Yep, when I was in high school, I interviewed him, and that's what led me to interviewing all the other celebrities throughout the high school doing the newspaper, was because of him. So got a lot of respect for the guy.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, this movie looks really good. Slick, have you seen it yet?
No, I have not. I've seen the promo produced spots for it that have Bumper Morgan doing the voices and stuff.
Right.
And so I'm in there. I guess I'm on the billboard as well. I hear there are billboards up now, and I'm on the billboard as well.
Yeah, 22nd and Grant. They've got a billboard here in town. They've been promoting it heavily. My boss was even asking me about it. I didn't tell him I've got it. I've actually got all the work footage, and I've been watching as I've been working on it. I've been watching it, and it actually is really well done. It's about 2 hours long. I don't know if you wanted that to go out, but
no, that's fine.
What we've been doing is basically he projected it he put it on in Windows Media File, and then he put it on a DVD, and he took it to the theater, and they projected it on this 30-foot screen or whatever, And he said that the colors seem to wash out a little. The quality is clear. And I thought, well, if you're going to a regular DVD, you're not going to get the best quality. So what I've done is I've taken all of his finished... I was actually working with the Sony video files, trying to get them recut to make them into full HD. Because I went out and I bought a Blu-ray recorder. I figured, you know what? I'm doing enough video that I should probably have one. I found a pretty good deal on it. It was $110.
I got mine for about $100.
Yeah. And this way now I can burn Blu-ray. I shoot weddings. I shoot, events. I can actually put them on Blu-ray now, which is pretty good. Aha. Mm-hmm. Now that's an REDL. That's a dual layer. That's a 50 gigabyte.
Hold on. Which one? Wait, is that backwards or?
No, that's right. That's perfect.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Now that's a
that's a 50 gigabyte one. Yeah.
Right. Now is your recorder a 2X or a 4X or a 6X?
I think it's a 4X.
Mm.
Yeah, 4X.
Yeah. Yep. So that's mine's just a 2X. So, but I'm still happy with it. It'll be fine. So the goal is to try and turn it into true HD from the source files he has, and then burn it. And I think we're just about there. So it'll be my first experience burning a Blu-ray. Any suggestions you have, Justin, for that?
Yeah, I kind of had the problem with what was the software that came with it. I have Roxio Creator 2011 Pro. Mm-hmm. That works really well. The one that came with it was I can't remember the top of my head right now, but it wasn't as good. But Roxio Creator 2011 Pro is actually one of the better ones out there to use. So definitely I'd say use that. It takes a long time to create, but it's good. It's good.
Well, I'm probably using Premiere Pro, which is what I have the video footage in. So that's why I'm wondering. So I don't know. I'm going to try burning it that way. But anyway, so I'll let you know how that goes. But next Saturday, we get to see Slick on the big screen. Pretty excited about that.
It's going to be cool. Hey, next week, Comic-Con.
Yeah, matter of fact, Raven is going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
You're going to be there?
Yep, Friday.
Can you meet up with Raven? I don't know if Raven's busy, but...
I don't know what day.
Yeah, we'll have to...
With a couple of people, yeah, we can meet up if he's on. I'm going to go on Friday.
So no, it's not a he, it's a she.
She, sorry.
Yeah. Find her on... connect with her on Twitter.
Okay.
All right? She's really cool. So...
Raven Kerr.
Yeah.
Raven Kerr. Okay. All
right.
I'll look it up. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
We've already got people showing up in San Diego. The hotels are already getting sold out. Everything is just going crazy out here. So
what is the big thing this year? Is it going to be Captain America?
Yeah, Captain America. Other than that, I don't really know. But it's just huge every year. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
So I don't know, but I know Captain America is going to be one of the bigger ones. But that's something I know right now.
Thundercats. She said, "What the hell is Thundercats?"
What? Thundercats?
Yeah, what is Thundercats?
They're making a comeback?
What is Thundercats?
You don't remember? You didn't watch much cartoons, did you?
Thundercats.
No, I was a little older. I was already watching Gomer Pyle by then.
Oh, wow.
Is Thundercats that group of women?
No.
Wow, you need to go look up Thundercats, dude.
Yeah.
Search.
All right, I gotta go, guys.
All right, that's it.
I got my personal trainer down there. I think she's actually looking at me right now. Yep, looking at me, waiting for me to get off.
Well, you got a female personal trainer?
Hell yeah.
You go, boy.
All right. That's it for Tech Talk Radio for this week. We'll be back next week. We'll talk more about technology. If you have any questions, email them to us. In the meantime, hit us up at TechtalkRadio.com and enjoy those laps there, Justin.
I will. See you guys later.
I'm Andy Taylor.
It's like
Justin Lemmy.
All right. Bye-bye.